Hello and what is up, my friends? It's Thunderbob here, and tonight we're going to be checking out Last Epoch. This is a new action RPG from developer 11th Hour Games. It's not exactly new. It is going into 1.0 as of today, February 21st, though it has been available through early access and Kickstarter backers for a number of years, I think through 2018 or something. But they're finally reaching 1.0, and I've had this on my wish list forever, but I don't like jumping into these games before they're really done. Like, I hate investing dozens of hours, and then, you know, your character changes, the world changes, the systems. Like, I kind of want to play when this is done. Just came out today. The servers have been borked most of the day. I'm actually going to start an offline character. I'm only going to play for a little bit tonight, maybe 30 minutes or an hour, just to get kind of a feel for the game. I do eventually want to play online, so I may wait a couple of days or a week before jumping into the online. I want to play with some friends. That's the main reason I want to play online. But I wanted to at least get started on this tonight, get a feel for it, check out one of the classes, see if that's what I want to go with. Tonight I'm going to be playing the Necromancer. I'm going to be starting as an Acolyte. So the way this works is you pick one of 5 classes, very Diablo-ish, and then each of those, as you level up, I think it's at level 20, you pick your mastery. And the Acolyte has a Necromancer subclass, mastery available. And I really like the character selection screen here. Like, you come in and you get Acolyte, and then it shows you exactly what skills are unique to the Acolyte. And then if I click on Necromancer, I can see what skills that mastery would provide, or Lich, or Warlock. And they kind of have the normal action RPG mainstays. You got your Holy Warrior Paladin, your Rogue, your Mage, your Druid kind of character, and then your Dark Necro kind of character. And they all have kind of the standard, archetypes here. You got your Primalist, you can be a Beastmaster, a Shaman, a Druid. One's a pet class, one is kind of a class that transforms into different animals, and one is more of a like a caster. So, it kind of hits all of the main archetypes, I feel like. So I like the initial characters that are available here. We're going to jump in and start the Acolyte, and then I'm just going to talk through as I play, and my thoughts on the beginning of the game, and my thoughts on action RPGs in general. And played a ton of these over the years, so maybe I'll give you some of my thoughts and comparisons to my knowledge in the genre. We're going to be Thunderbob. We'll go normal. I have played through Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 and hardcore before. I don't have enough knowledge here to jump into hardcore right now. I also really like that for the online you can play solo self-found, basically, which is really cool. I've played actually my Diablo 2 hardcore. I've gone all the way through hell difficulty on level 90 Necromancer, playing completely solo self-found. There's no mode for that in Diablo 2, you really have to just do the honor system, but I do like playing that way.
In the beginning, there was darkness. Only the terror, myself, and the void. I was content with nothing. She dreamt of light, of life, of humanity. We disagreed, and yet, in her world, there were gods. Majasa of the desert, Lagon of the sea, Rye of the endless skies, and Hierot of the frozen tundra.
Lagon is just Cthulhu, right?
Stole Terra away. Without her, there was conflict, then wars. In the end, it was Rye who sought to outshine the sun that would pull the world into his flame. Caught within Rye's gaze were the Keepers, an order sworn to protect Eterra's memory and the power it still holds. They were joined by someone unexpected. A traveler, willing to walk into the flames of war. But why? Was it honor they sought? Power? Redemption? Or was this fate? Perhaps. But no story is quite that simple.
Here we go. The old road. And the cinematics here obviously are not as detailed as something like Diablo 4. Like, I think it looks reasonably good. But the budget in a game like this and a game like Diablo are probably orders of magnitudes different.
Keepers will accept my aid. They would be fools to deny my power.
And graphically, I mean, it looks fine. It's no... Again, Diablo 4, I think, is one of the best looking games in this genre. It falls flat in some areas, but I think the looks and the atmosphere, it does really, really well. So this looks good for, you know, ostensibly a game that's half the price of Diablo, probably a much, much smaller dev team. I think it actually looks really nice. And if you look on my channel, I've got a ton of action RPG coverage, mostly around Diablo. That's my favorite game series of all time. I've got about 150 videos on Diablo 2. I've got a full playthrough of Diablo 1, Diablo 3. I've got, I don't know, 50 or so videos on Diablo 4. I played every season except for the most recent season. I kind of burnt myself out. I got all the way to 100. I did pretty much everything in season 2. In the hands of a fallen messenger, you find the letter from the Keeper's Council that is addressed to you.
Traveler, our Heoborian allies informed us that you will attend the peace talks. Raya's war has reached our lands, and we are in need of aid. As keepers, we avoid conflict. We're dedicated to the goddess Atera's memory. That is, until Raya forced our hand. He wishes to destroy us and steal Atera's legacy. We can't let that happen. We need Herot's help. Your help.
The voice acting is pretty decent, gotta say. But yeah, I played Diablo 4 at release. I really liked the campaign. I thought the endgame, the itemization in particular, is not great. But it was enough for me to play through Season 1 and Season 2, getting through pretty much everything, getting to 100 in Season 2. And I feel like I have Q for Rip Blood. Okay, so that will heal me by ripping out some of their blood. I really like that. That's Diablo 4 has Blood Mist, which is kind of the same deal. Does this cost anything? It's got a small mana cost. It is single target. Blood Mist is like an AoE. It sucks everything around you, which is really cool. I bet... I know as you progress... Okay, here's the skill system. Click on a skill. Click on action bar. To slot access, specializing in skills. You can specialize in up to 5 skills by clicking in unlocked specialization slot. Yeah, so you have all these skills. They can go up here in your specialization slots. And then, yeah, each skill in the game has its own skill tree. So like this is your main skills, which, you know, seem a little lackluster. If this was it, it's like, that's not a lot of customization. But each of your skills, the ones that you put up here, you can go in and there's like a much more deeper modification system, almost like Diablo 3 runes is kind of how I think about it, where you can like, okay, I want my fireball to do this, I want my... and Diablo 4 does that to some extent through the legendary system, where you, like, a lot of your skills get augmented and you can really customize your gear. But I kind of prefer the skills to be more important. Feeling a little weak right now. No, as long as I hit Q, I'm healing myself, so I can't really die. A blighted poignard. Plus 9 melee damage, 2% critical strike. I wonder if I equip that, can I still do... Yeah, I can still do that. Oh, I got skellies. How many do I get? 3. And yeah, so like, I don't think you even have to put points in these. I think you just, as you level, it's level 3, level 4, 5, 7, 9, 16, etc. This latest season of Diablo 4, I actually didn't even start. Like, I got to 100 in the previous season, and I felt like I had accomplished like everything I wanted to, and the mechanic just didn't seem kind of that interesting to me. And yeah, I was just like, I'm not going to spend another 100 hours gearing a character, getting to the end game, farming Duriel again. If they do the itemization, like rebalancing, or, you know, like redo that they're supposed to be doing in the next season, I might come back, but I kind of feel like I might just wait for the next major expansion. As much as I enjoyed that campaign, I feel like I have not enjoyed the seasons as much. The endgame in particular, I think, falls apart. Though if you're just looking for like a really fun 50-hour campaign, I think the Diablo 2 campaign was fabulous. I like the burning here. This is pretty cool. You're in like a, what is this, like a forest fire? There's not enough burning stuff in Diablo 4. Like, you're in hell for like 5 minutes in the campaign, and you can basically never replay that, which I think is really dumb, the way that, like, there's a lot of unique bosses, unique areas that are only accessible in the campaign, and they don't use any of that in like the end game kind of farming. Can I not carry any more health potions? That's weird. Can't pick it up. Oh, there it goes.
When you arrived, was there a family? It was my mistake. They were cornered, and there were so many. I can handle Ospreys. I told them to stay back.
I didn't see family.
To let me handle it. Thanks. Are you also here for the peace talks?
Sure.
Good, because so am I. Name's Grail. Since we're both headed the same direction, why don't we go? I wonder, which of us will take down more Come, let me watch you fight.
So I got a buddy with me now. Can't go up the hill. It said I had a skill. Passive information. Gain passive points by leveling and completing quests. Advancing your passive choice will unlock new skills and passives. Initially, you may only place points in your base class tree. You'll have the opportunity to choose a mastery class during your adventure. This seems a lot like Titan Quest, where they had like that bar for like you. It's almost like this, but you'd pick two classes, like a main and a subclass, and you'd have your bar, which you're leveling up, which would unlock additional skills. Very similar to this. So I might have to. Yeah, so you got your Acolyte passive, and then eventually you'll pick one mastery. So I don't think I can do that. I think that's at. I think I read it was level 20. I'm planning on going Necro. But I could put my 1 point in here. Increase damage 6% per point. Also increases minion damage. Armor. Or intelligence. I think blood aura sounds good. Is that something that I have to put on my bar, or is that automatic? I don't see where I have to like equip it, so I'm assuming it's like an automatic thing. Oh, I got Marrow Shards. It has 0 mana cost. Ooh, it's cool. Got a range attack. Can I just... If it doesn't have any mana cost, there's like an upgrade to like the normal attack. Might as well put it there. Let's try that. Okay. Feel a little bit slow at the gate. Like character run speed wise. Like I bet there are items that increase your
Smoke.
Your movement speed. Very... Man, that's a good... They pierce through enemies, inflicting physical damage instead of mana 9% of your current health. I didn't even notice it was eating up my health when I did that. I was oblivious. But look how fast I'm feeling. And I'm a little bit faster. Is there like a map? So, ooh, that's a nice map. Farwoods, Victoria. I like that. It's a good map. I know that time plays some kind of part here too. Like you can click through here and you can see the ruined world at the end of time. I think this is the end game stuff, the monoliths. I've watched a couple of videos kind of just high level explaining some things, so, but I am mostly a noob to this. But I know it's a completely different type of game, a genre and everything. It reminds me of kind of like Chrono Trigger, where you go through the same areas, but like in different time periods. I love that there's like the different map for each of those areas. Very cool concept. I'm gonna say for like 35 bucks, the package you get here seems very, very good. And the fact that what I've read is there's no pay to win. Like there's some cosmetics you can buy, but there's no pay to win. Like you can't buy item stash tabs, nothing like that. And then the fact that day one they have offline mode, so like I couldn't get into the online mode. I kind of expected that, but I was you know, happily surprised that I could play offline, so I get a chance to check this out even though the online is kind of broken right now. Skill specialization. Alright, so I can specialize a skill. You guys would stop attacking. And I'll probably just do like maybe 30 minutes to an hour tonight. So like, yeah, here. Yeah, so I put a skill up here, and then I can modify it, I think is how it works. Can I not undo that? I've read most everything can be undone. Is it low? You'll unlock 5 specialization slots. Each one can be used to specialize in a skill. When you specialize in a skill, you gain access to its augment tree, which has nodes that enhance that skill. Leveling skill. Skills gain experience when you do, and when a skill levels up, you gain a point to spend in its tree. So every time you level up, you get a point to spend in its tree. If you want to change a skill's augment, you may remove points from the skill tree. By respecializing, you will gain skill points back. You'll retain points to reinvest if you... Yeah, so there is respecking here. I was kind of hoping I could just... Because I didn't really mean to... I probably would have done skeleton. That's okay. And what I read was you want to look at like the... There are certain ones in here that like have a bigger impact, like these shapes, I believe. Bone splinters. Mirror shards creates bone splinters in the bone when destroyed, which damage enemies. And then other ones are kind of augments. They travel faster, they deal more damage, that sort of thing. Mirror shards and bone splinters hits deal significantly more damage. The Mirror Shards no longer pierces, so it does more damage, but it doesn't pierce. I don't think I would want that. And then this one's Marrow Shards and Bone Splinters deal more damage, but Marrow Shards can hit and damage your own minions. They do more damage, but they can hurt your own minions. That's not so great. On hit effects such as health gained on hit, do not proc when you hit your minions. Marrow Shards hit deal significantly more damage, but consumes one of your minions when you cast it. So they deal 100% more damage, but it eats a minion every single time. Interesting. Oh, there it is. Respec. Remove skill points if you're choosing. Each point remove reduce skill. Or despecialize. Specialize. Yeah. So now I could, like... wonder if there's, like, a way to make that AoE. Grips significantly higher chance to make a blood splatter, but costs more mana. Rips blood out of a target dealing physical damage, and orbital blood is drawn back to you, restoring 10 health. Blood splatter cannot occur if you are out of mana. Rip blood and blood splatter's base physical damage is converted to necrotic damage. Rip blood will automatically cast itself on a nearby enemy if it kills an enemy. It no longer creates blood orb. So it'll like auto recast. That's cool. About summon skeletons. Summon skeleton rogues. Brave rogues. Necrotic conviction. Like there's so much here. This is kind of the part that I enjoy about these games, where you have like this giant tree in front of you and you're just like, I don't even know where to start. I also get a new skill. Reveals wandering spirits around you for 6 seconds. The spirits wander at random, dealing necrotic damage over time to enemies they pass through. Okay. I guess we'll just go here, and I know I can respecialize this, so I'm not too concerned. So I think I'll go down to have like more skeletons. Next point I could put there. Can I make this little map bigger? It's kind of fun to go into these games, you know, fairly blind. Like when I was playing Diablo 4, you know, for the 15th time, and I know exactly what skills I'm going with and what order and, like, you know, what items you're farming for and stuff. It kind of loses some of the allure. I feel like that's usually when I fall off these games. When the mechanics and the systems I've memorized to such an extent that, like, it's not really playing a game anymore. It's almost like checking boxes. But when you come to these games, especially the ones that don't require build guides to be successful, like one thing I read is this game, you can really, oh, there is an auto map, nice. You can really kind of make your own build and fare pretty well even into the end game. Like, it's kind of hard to gimp yourself. You can respecialize and
Quick, before it reaches town.
so it doesn't feel like you necessarily have to play like a very particular way, play a particular build to be successful. I like that. That's a little more forgiving and open-ended.
Well done. We're almost there. I'll see you ahead.
Can I compare? Control is to compare.
Ill-suited.
I cannot use that. Is there somewhere on there that tells me? What am I doing? Not have enough strength? Is it not from my class? I wish it, like, there's not like a X or something. Like at a glance. How do I, maybe if I take the shield off? It's because it's a two-hander. I like how big the starter inventory is as well. 16 melee for spell damage. And I don't really know, that reduces spell mana cost. That's pretty cool. Except they don't have a lot of mana cost right now. Like, that would make Rip Blood free, would it not? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Maybe I'll use that for now. I'm kind of learning all the systems, you know, like what when it says melee damage, is that going to impact my skeleton damage, or is there a separate stat that's like skeleton melee damage? Like Diablo 4, you know, has a million billion different modifiers, you know, damage with your left hand on Tuesday kind of stuff.
Herots offered protection. More than protection. An alliance. But the truth is, we know little about him. Or his people. Why should the council trust him? Prospect 1. He's one of the gods. Atera made him just as she made Prospect 2. He cares for Prospect 3. Thus, I propose we accept this alliance.
Trust.
Sounds like their leaders waiting up at the shrine. The keepers have done well. A group tied closely with our goddess, Etera. If even their name is... Well, what do they keep? Do they adhere to another god, or just... It's these mysteries that interest the Osprix. Whatever secrets the keepers hold. Now, we speak to the... Speaking of, I must head there now. Feel free to look around.
Alrighty.
See you shortly.
Seems like I'm supposed to go this way. There's lots of people to talk to.
Grail was just telling me of your battle. I am Lena, one of the Keeper's Council. One of 2. There should be more of us here. They're gone. Balthus and I remain, and he's not here. As such, I must ask for your help. Balthus is busy checking on our sacred artifacts. We're protectors of Atera's history, and right now, they're in danger. Not much, I'm afraid. Well, you are, and I'm sorry, but even now, the Osprix... Could you make sure he's safe? There's word of a drake patrolling the skies. Do this, and our alliance is secure.
You got
We'll
it.
lend our aid
You got it,
to
Lena.
heal Borea's army.
Do I go this way, I take it? Oops. I just walked back the way I came. I've got this installed on an NVMe. I'm rocking a 3080 10700K, so like a fairly modern system. I've got everything maxed out, 3440 by 1440. I'm still getting used to all my abilities and where they are and everything.
Take me.
That Wandering Spirit is pretty cool. They just kind of like wander around, and I guess when the enemies like walk into them, it damages them. Interesting mechanic. I like that it shows you on your little map here, like where the next door is. Like it reminds me of Diablo 2, where you go into the Arcane Sanctuary and have no idea which direction it is. So if you're like just trying to get to the end, at least now you have kind of a compass. Like, okay, it's that a direction. As one thing I've read a lot of is the quality of life features here go a long way. Like, it's almost the opposite of Diablo. Like, I feel like so much of Diablo is just there to slow you down and to waste your time. Like, mechanically, things that are just like, the only reason you would do this is because you want me to spend more time in your game. It doesn't improve the gameplay, it doesn't make it more fun. It's strictly here to pad out the time, you know, playing your game. And I feel like I prefer, as I've gotten older, a game that respects my time. Like, it doesn't have to be easy, but I shouldn't feel like I jump onto 2 hours and I've completely wasted my time. Although I feel like I'm making progress and I'm not, like, just doing busy work, I'm pretty okay. I haven't been on the channel as much lately. I got a PlayStation 5 for Christmas and really have been going through the backlog on PlayStation games I've missed over the last couple of years. Like done God of War Ragnarok, Spider-Man 2, Demon Souls, and I'm playing through Ghost of Tsushima. And I've captured a lot of footage from those, and I'm kind of debating if maybe I'll do like some reviews. Still kind of figuring that out. I think I've got more points now. So I could... Do I not? Oh, I need more levels for this. I thought I had an additional point. So I've got all this footage, so I'm like, do I want to do a review for a game that's been out for years? Is there any interest in that? I haven't quite decided yet. But it's been taking a lot of my attention the last, I don't know, 2 months or so, since Christmas. And I've been less inspired. Like, this channel's all about like what I'm playing and what I want to share, and I don't know, just been having fun burning through these PlayStation games. And also, a lot on my Steam Deck. Streaming using Chiaki, is amazing. It runs perfectly. And it's just like playing on the Steam Deck and then making videos just isn't always the best experience. Like, you know, I'm not recording audio while I'm doing that. It's just gameplay, and I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to integrate them into the channel. So I may start doing some PlayStation 5 coverage. Oh! I got smoked. I was doing the heal there. I thought it was enough to overcome the damage, but I guess it was not. Some skeletons up. Maybe I'm not even gonna look at what it is, because I don't have anything to compare it to right now. You know, it probably wasn't helping as I was spamming the ability that's also eating my health at the same time. But I got some more of these too. Probably stick with the damage. I should probably just do... Man. It's like it chases you. No. Much easier this time when I'm not burning through my own health. Got better gloves, I think. So it's 18 increased stun damage, which I don't think I'm doing any stun. I get throwing damage, health regen, and dodge, which also don't seem very relevant to my character, but it's better than what I had on. That's another thing I miss. Diablo 4 streamlined at work. 99% of the time, you only get items that are relevant to your... Oh, waypoint. That's the waypoint system, I presume. You only get items that are relevant to your character, like 99% of the time, so you never see like the cool, like, oh, I want to make a druid because of this item I got. I like this waypoint system. I didn't even... So it's like there are 14 waypoints in this zone. Presumably each zone will have... That's a lot of areas, just like looking at the map here. 5 there. 14 over there. And I'm not sure how, like, the act... Like, is this like Diablo style where there are unique acts? I'm not sure how it's structured. I keep hitting 1 instead of Q. 1 is my potion button, Q is my Rip Blood skill. I keep doing the wrong one, because I've got it on Diablo 4, I've got it set up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for my skills, like a noob.
Huh?
But it goes back to Diablo 2. Into the storerooms. I'll probably be ending before long. I really just wanted to get like the first first section, kind of get a taste of the game, like know what I'm working with, and then I may just start a new character when the online is a little bit more playable. Looks like it's bugging out there. I'm pretty sure I'll just start a new character. Like, this is offline, and I know I have at least one friend I think that I will probably play with. And my understanding is online is segregated from the offline. It's like Diablo 2, like you had your open single player characters and you had your online characters. So it kind of feels like I'm wasting my time right now. There's one reason I'm not putting in like hours this evening. I think I'll probably give it a few days until the online becomes stable, and maybe this weekend. He's inside. Okay, going in. Maybe I'll do another video with my co-op partner starting again. I don't know if I'll start Necromancer for sure or not. I'm liking it so far, but completed the quest. I think I've got, now I think I have points. I could do another. Do I have to put 5 points there before I can move on? I have 2 unspent points. Is that how it works? Do you have to max out the one before it, before you can move on? I wish it said, like, you can't do this because of blank. Okay, now I can. So it did it. Oh, I see it at the top. 0, 4, 0, 4, 0, 1, 0, 1. So that's like I need to put one more point in the tree before I can take that, presumably. I think that could be telegraphed a little bit better. Melee attack that hits all enemies in an area in front of you, dealing double damage to those that are first. I might swap that out there. I can still do Mario Shards if I want, but that's eating up my health. Yeah, I kind of like that. I still have my ripped blood. I like the name of that skill. It reminds me of that Doom comic. I'm gonna rip their guts or whatever. That old Doom, like a really horrible 90s era Doom comic. The only problem though with the melee attack is I really have to get up in their face. To get up in their guts. Get them, my spirits. There we go. Enter the shard chamber.
This way. You're here to help. The Osprey slave. Protect the sword.
They
The
what?
drake. Tread carefully.
There's so many of these guys. Do I have to get line of sight on him to hit that? I think I was spamming it, but it wasn't actually doing anything. Ah! My buddies are gone. Go!
Not
Very
here.
rare.
It isn't safe. We'll reconvene outside. That should hold them. First things first. Thank you. We've reinforced our walls. So the howling monsters, sir. I see you like keeper's robes. Lovely. While your help has been... What do you mean? I'm protecting the Epoch, of course. Here. It's a fortress. Meant to keep unruly treasure hunters from locating the shards of the Epoch. Or at least it's supposed to. Drastic time. Did Lena not tell you? Huh. Well, tell you what. Let's get out of here first, and then I'll explain more. These peace talks are hardly worth it if you don't know why Orion is after us.
Sure. Sounds good, bro. Did I get more points? No. I think I get more passives. That's what I was thinking about. We're just going to keep going with increased damage, increased minion damage. Now I can start. So I could put 3 more points there, but I also have vitality, increased minion health. I don't know how much vitality actually gives me. I should probably look that up. My minions haven't been dying much, and I think damage is probably more important, especially with how much damage that blood aura provides. And again, I didn't see anywhere where you like turn this on. I just presume it's always on. There's not like an alt for more information or anything. Ritual, very good magic card. Increase minion attack speed. Cast speed applies to player for 10 seconds on minion skill use. Ooh. And then Mania of Mortality. Ward gained on nearby death 13 per point. Which I think is like a shield mechanic that some of the classes have.
Since the keeper, the third shard,
There's guys that can't stop him.
It uses multiple vaults. Only we possess the knowledge to open them.
I'm definitely digging this so far. Like, I'm eager to check out more. I'm like right in the middle of Ghost of Tsushima. I'm probably halfway through. Like, I'm kind of reluctant to jump into like a, 50-hour game. So I may burn through that and then maybe wait till this weekend, maybe next weekend when the servers are back up and running, and I can play co-op with some friends. But like, I am definitely eager to check out more. Like, it definitely scratches that Diablo, that Diablo action RPG itch, and it even feels, honestly, it feels more Diablo 2 than Diablo 3 or 4 to me at the moment. Not graphically, I just mean more mechanically. Which Diablo 2 is my favorite game in the series. Like, if you look at my channel, it's the game I've played more than any other game in my life, not just on the channel, to be honest. So it's definitely hitting the right notes. I don't like the harvest because I have to be like up in their grill, and I'm more playing like a caster kind of, a summon kind of caster. What's that button? Here's apply a curse to enemies in an area for 8 seconds that causes physical damage when hit. Damage is triple if you inflicted the hit yourself. So it causes 10 damage. So we could probably, let's do this. I'm gonna move that back. I'm just not really digging. But I can also throw out a blood curse. I wish it was more apparent that they had the blood curse. Like, I feel like there's not, like, if you hover over them, you can see that they have it. But, like, just looking at those guys, nothing makes me go, oh yeah, they've got the blood curse. Like, some kind of graphical tell there would go a long way. Like, maybe physically have, like, blood on the model or something. But that's definitely... Look at how fast my guy is doing... But 10 extra damage. And these guys... Doesn't say how much damage they do, I'm not sure... They have a base 100 health. Press A to give your minions an attack command. Oh, I didn't know I could... Oh! Nifty. It feels like that curse is doing a lot. Maybe it's because, like, at a low level, 10 damage in every hit is, like, substantial. I keep wanting to hit like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for my skills. It's throwing me off. See, what I don't know, the damage is triple if inflicted by yourself. It causes physical damage when hit. Do I have to hit it with a physical, like a melee attack? I might have to... Some of these I might have to research a little bit. Added spell damage applies at 20% effectiveness to each hit. When the curse deals damage, it counts as additional hit. It cannot apply ailments. I'm still not reading that 100% sure if, like, if it's working on marrow shards, for example. I feel like it is. And that's one problem with this genre. It's not unique to this game. Is very often they don't spell things out.
Let me ask,
quite enough.
For how long must we live like this? No one cared about the shards until recently.
Worthless anyway.
Can I... Let's see. Trap item. I was wondering if I could just, like, send it to my stash kind of deal. I don't think that's a thing here. It's fine.
That is too much.
Get a helmet, but it requires a mage. That's cool. It's fine. So much stuff on me. Where am I supposed to go? Probably that way. Probably right when I'm done with this escaping the vault, I'll probably call it a night. But I'm definitely eager to jump in when the servers are up and running. Or running better, I should say. I saw anecdotally some people getting in and having a good time, but waiting in queue, waiting to get in, it did not interest me tonight. I just thought, you know what, I'll jump in, play a little offline, see if I dig it. I mean, I got 2 hours to return it. At the moment, I don't think I'll be returning it. This right here reminds me a lot of Titan Quest. A waypoint. So now I've got 2 waypoints, Keeper Vault and the Northern Road.
I'm sure you have questions.
Who do the keepers in? They sent no treasure to sea for Lagon. No works of art south to Majestic.
Good.
One thing I did love is the lack of any kind of character customization. Like, I don't think you could even select the gender. It's basically... That was Orion, an Osprix general. We've seen him up in the camp, but never like this. It looks like they went toward the Highland. I'll handle it. I mean, obviously you will customize your character as you equip stuff, like I look different gear-wise, but not being able to pick your gender, or any kind of other...
That is too much.
Oh, okay, you could put Trent. It's nice that there's a crafting thing up here. Not being able to select anything, you know, character-specific, your look, your gender, your race, none of that stuff's a little disappointing. But, I mean, they probably have to record double the voice lines, because it seems like each character class has, you know, is voiced. Let's see, I think it wanted me to go back to camp. Right, is that what it said? Return to the Keeper's camp and speak with... Okay. I imagine that would double the workload, and again, on a $35, you know, small dev kind of situation, that just may not be feasible, and I get it.
Everything okay? Where's Balthus? What? What happened? That must be Orion. If he... An Osprix general. What happened to the artifacts, Balthus? That must be what they were on. We have to... Their camp is... Are you sure? Stay safe.
I got
Stay
it, bro.
alive.
And some of your
Bring
quests do
Balthus
give
back.
you skill points and stuff. I like that. That's very much like Diablo style. I might just go clear out my inventory, but I won't make you sit through that. And I'm going to end the video here. I mean, like, in this brief, I don't know, would have played for like 45 minutes. I'm definitely enjoying this. It is, if you're an action RPG fan, if you like Diablo as much as I do, you'll probably find something here to like. There's a bunch of interesting character classes, a lot of mastery classes available. Gameplay is smooth, graphics are good, if not, you know, it's not gonna rival Diablo 4, but I think it looks serviceable. I think it's a good looking game. Mechanically, everything feels good. Skills work. I love the way you customize things. Like you got all your skills, but then each one of these has like a very unique skill tree, and then you also have your passives, and then at some point you're going to pick your subclass, which will give you access to additional skills, and there's just like a ton of customization. It feels like old school Diablo, which I think Diablo 3 and 4 to some extent have kind of veered away from. So much of your power is now in your items instead of the characters and the skills. Not that items aren't important in this game, I just haven't really dug in deep enough to really, you know, to get into that. But I'm probably going to spend 50 hours on this in the next couple months. And maybe I'll do some more coverage, maybe a full playthrough, or at least if I get into the end game, what build I'm playing as. But if you are playing Last Epoch today, give me your thoughts. Is this a game worth my time? I think so right now. I'll end it there. I do want to thank you for watching, everyone. And if you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, drop me a comment with your thoughts, and have a good night.